What's going on, people? It's your man, the White B. Once again, big shout out to my Darky 31BT for coming through with a 5 large bosh. So, we got an update for the great unwashed masses right now regarding Mr. Ben Whittaker. Honestly, I did tell you, man, yeah, it's becoming the age of the great half-bake. It really is. We got a Talma, the great half-breed, Team Light Skin. It's the age, man. We got Whittaker. We got Connor Hen, ex-Benedict. We got Italma. We got Fabio Argusius, Wardlenius. That's just 4 off the top of my dome right there and then for you, man. We on right now. That said, I'm not going to shill my base. Yeah? Whittaker is fighting a proper weapon. Now let me set the scene for this one right here, because Uncle Bricktop actually exposed this one. He did. So we're going to get to that, then we'll talk about the degree of weaponry in the opponent that Ben Whittaker's fighting on Saturday. Here's the prelude I forgot to cover 2 months ago.
The signing, of Ben Whittaker. What did you make of the video, first of all, Frank? And what do you make about Whittaker now joining Eddie Hearn?
I thought it was very entertaining. It was a very entertaining video. It was a good video. Showed me the money. We never showed any money. We never made an offer. Never made an offer. I never even met him. I think he may have met George, but no offer was made, because the fighters that they wanted to fight were not the fighters we wanted for him. We've got a great roster of light heavyweights, as you know. Look what's happening in Manchester, and they're the fights we want to do. They're the fights fighting guys. We want him fighting a Zach Parker or a Buatsi or a Lewis Cameron, sorry, Liam Cameron. All those different guys, all those fights there's to be made, but they weren't interested, so we never went ahead with that. So it was show me the desire. Show me that you want to fight the best. The best.
Ooh.
Well, do you rate him as a fighter, Frank? Ben?
Look, he fought our guy, didn't he? And he weren't our guy at the time. He was managed by Lee, and then I thought he would have won that fight if he hadn't gone over the ropes. Second time round, he did what he had to do. He wasn't at the races and done what he had to do. But he's an entertaining character when he's not fighting.
Ooh.
And for me, as I say, if they want to fight, if he wants to fight somebody, I've got plenty of light heavyweights who would gladly make a fight for him. With Willie Hutchinson, there's a nice fight to make. Tell them Willie boy's here.
Alright, so you heard there from Uncle Bricktop. And listen, I don't trust Uncle Bricktop as far as I can throw him, but it makes sense. We didn't give him an offer because he only wanted to fight plumbers. And it's interesting how things spin around. Obviously, Eddie Hearn's a bit washed up. He's been focused on his pub games enterprise, his events business, putting on little pub games and darts and snooker and pool and beer pong. I think he's got one of them. Dana White's got Power Slap. Eddie Hearn, I'm hearing, is about to launch Matchroom Beer Pong. So yeah, listen, fair play to Eddie. He's making it do what he do, and I think the Matchroom Beer Pong enterprise will be successful for him. So fair play for that. But listen, Eddie, he washed up. There was a time though when Eddie was on. He said, "Listen, Tyson Fury, I'll sign you, but you'll fight Tony Bellew, Dillian White, and then AJ." Fury didn't want it, and at that time, Bricktop was down bad, and Bricktop let Fury fight a bunch of bums. So it goes in circles, and since Frank's more or less saturated, Queensberry's on top right now. They're not fussed, and that's how it should be. That's why Turkey came in. It should be that promoters only put good fights on. Now, to be fair to Mr. Whittaker, I'll get into that in a second, but he's only had 12 fights. I'm not gonna And it's not like he's like a Talma. We expect more from a Talma because he's doing everyone serious harm. Whittaker, he had a few life and deaths as such on points. The Cameron thing happened, he came back well in that, but I don't mind seeing him brew some more. If Whittaker was knocking everyone out, okay. A bit like Hamza. Hamza has stepped up though, but do you know what I'm saying? Okay, we need the progression now. Whittaker, he can box, but there's questions there still. He's only had one fight, and that who knows what might have happened if Liam Cameron hadn't have got stopped with that moody stoppage from Mr. Foster, Howard Foster. Yeah, brown envelope in chief. Have that for you. Yeah, here's your drink, Mr. Howard Foster, allegedly, for sorting out all them fights. He'd gone, man. Howard Foster, he'd been sorting fights, so he'd been getting his drink. yeah, that's what. That's one thing, man. Eggy, never mind Eggy Hearn owing Carl Frock his drink, man. Mr. Howard Foster, he's never not got his. He been drinking off Bricktop and Eggy Hearn's, allegedly. Yeah, he been getting his drink. Poor Carl. Eggy, how you going to do that, man? How you going to make sure Howard Foster gets his, but Mr. Carl Frock can't get... You know what I'm saying? That's dread. That's wicked, man. Anyway, so you heard there from Bricktop. Whittaker wants to fight bums. Whittaker fires back and says the following.
He sort of went on a tangent and said, whilst talking about Ben Whittaker, he said that he made no offer towards you, and I think that was a reference to obviously the video. I got Frank Warren on the phone, and he said, one of the reasons that there was no offer was because of your choice of opponents. What was your response to that?
To be fair, I don't really watch boxing interviews. Don't want to start cutting your businesses off, but a lot of people that say stuff for the cameras. He of course made an offer. Why wouldn't you want to make an offer?
So he did make an offer in the end.
Of course, mate. Why would you not make an offer for me at the end of the day? Not being big-headed, but if you signed other people, you'd sign me. They came with some opponents that was worse than I'm not even saying this guy's terrible. He's 19-1, but they came with some people that was ridiculous. And was like, I don't know if I could fight him. I'd probably get slated. I went with Eddie for other reasons. And some people just don't like it. There's no bad blood there. You never know, down the line it might work. We could work.
That's diabolical. I'm sorry. He's lying. Whittaker's lying. I don't believe that. Sorry. So Whittaker's spinning it round and saying, Whittaker definitely saw the interview. For sure. Yeah. This is an old school. I haven't even seen it. But you reply directly to the allegations made by Uncle Brick. Uncle Bricktop said, you only wanted to fight bums. Whittaker responds, no, actually, I went with Eggy because Frank gave me all the trash. Are you joking? Never happened. And you wouldn't. If Frank Warren gave you worse opponents, you'd have gone there. Yeah, I believe Frank on this one. Frank gave you tougher opponents on paper. I don't know who manages who, but you got, I don't know, Ezra Taylor, Willie Hutchinson, them man who are now booked. There's some names there who could make it work with Frank. This guy, I don't even know, I can't remember the guy's name. The fight's on Saturday, which tells you what you need to know. Normally, even a fight like, I don't know, whoever, you'd know the name in there, right? I don't know. He could have fought Lyndon Arthur, for example. You'd know half a bit of the name. This dude you're fighting, not even half a person from the UK's heard of him. I can't even tell you who it is, and it's 2 days away. So don't lie about that, man. You didn't want the squabbles. And maybe you're right not to want them. To build more bums. And Lee Eaton actually replied to this. Lee Eaton's like the Queensbury manager jobber. And he came in and said, 100% we didn't make an offer. And only discussed light heavyweights in our own stable like Bradley Ray and Lyndon Arthur winner. His team have confirmed this, and he said he got confused with another promoter. We wish him well. Yeah, so, as expected, it was well documented. Whittaker has a propensity for bums. Yeah, he likes bum. He loves a bum. Honestly, he's a bit like Yard in that respect. Yard's a bit like that, isn't he? I see shades of Yard in Whittaker. Just love a bum. The Cameron fight, he was supposed to be a bum as well. So you've stepped up, you've beat Cameron, eventually, after jumping over the ropes. And now you've gone back down again. That's what I don't rate, actually. Sorry. Whilst I might sit here and say, yeah, he's only had a few fights. You beat Cameron, though. It should never be less than a sidestep. The winner of Lyndon Arthur and Bradley Ray would be that sidestep. I think it's fair to say. You stopped Cameron as well, allegedly, in pretty good fashion in a few rounds. How can you go down from that? A sideways step would have been the winner of, would have been Lyndon Arthur in the end. Fine. Do you know what I mean? What's that about? It does leave questions for me. I'm sorry. I can't justify it. Alright, anyway. Uncle Bricktop makes one more final video. Here we go.
Show us the offer, and if he shows the offer, I'll donate £50,000 to any charity he chooses. Show me that written offer that he had. He certainly never had anything from me, and he didn't have anything from my office regarding that. The fighters he could have fought, look at all the light heavyweights on our roster. What does he think we want him to fight? Fight them. Are they not? Is it not a bad roster? Look at the light heavyweight show we got next week. Look at all those light heavyweights. It's just a nonsense. And I'm not going to play this stupid game. Look, he's doing what he's doing. Let him go. He's going to have to fight some of our guys. If he wants to be taken seriously, he's going to have to step up, it's called, and fight them. And fight them. It's there to be done.
Yeah. Simple as that, man. I can't knock Bricktop. And Bricktop, as his stables got better, you can't really knock him. There's no Buatsi Zach Parker. Okay, Zach Parker's a stinker, but the intention's there. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, I'm trying to think, what was the last proper stinker? Liam Cameron got knocked out and he fought someone. So that makes sense when you get knocked out in 2 rounds to drop down. After a rapid knockout win, it's got to be, ideally it should be really stepping up. But okay, you've only had X amount of fights. Step sideways. Stepping down, it's really odd. Would you want to get some more rounds in again? But your whole career, Whittaker's gone a bunch of rounds before. Let's get his resume up right now. Ben Whittaker. He's had loads of distance fights. I'm sure he has. Okay. Well, he's had 2. In the most recent ones, Leon Willings, 8 rounds, went distance. Ezra Akinwande, 10 rounds, went the distance. So you got the rounds there, bro. Then you've knocked out Liam Cameron. And now you got this plumber here. Yeah? This plumber from the Reich, Benjamin Gavazzani. Never heard of it. Oh, he's 19-1. Oh, but I'm fighting someone 19-1. The Matchroom Special 19-1. That should have an asterisk next to it. 19-1 asterisk Matchroom Special. Because it's not 19-1 like that, man. Let's do this plumber Benjamin Gavazzani. Who's he lost to? He lost a long time ago. He lost his debut. Okay, we'll forgive that. Who's he fought? No one. Never. Not even fought half of someone. Right. So you've stepped down for. Oh, but why we? You know, it's not about the name. Well, if you're building a British fighter in Britain, there's loads. I think the light heavyweight's quite competitive. Let's have a quick look actually, since we're here, of who he could have fought. Light heavy, all locations. We want GB. Is it GB or is it United Kingdom? I don't know. Let's go to U. Let's just do Europe then, and we'll pick out the British ones. Callum Smith, step too far. Buatsi, step too far. Willie Hutchinson, that would have done. I think that's a step sideways / up. He can't punch. Willie can't punch. He can box a bit. So you should be down for that after stopping Liam Cameron. Willie Hutchinson would have worked. Zach Parker. Again, that could have worked given where he was before the Buatsi fight, and even now. Yardy, maybe step too far, and Yard wouldn't want it. Ezra Taylor, that could have worked. Craig Richards, that could have worked. Lyndon Arthur, that could have worked. Edmondson, that would have worked. At least you know him, he's British and he had the British title or whatever. Dan Aziz, that would have worked. Okay, and then you got the Bradley Rays and whatnot. So the point is, there was plenty there. Most of them are Queensberry as well. What's the problem here? And even if there wasn't Queensberry, I think Craig Richards at one point was affiliated with Matchroom. Not sure now. Why are you not debuting with... The debut should be Craig Richards. Right? Willie boxed him up. Buatsi beat him a few years ago. Fair little test there. I'd be intrigued. It'd be watchable. This one here, will I watch it live? Depends what I'm doing. Yeah, if there's no brass that are free, the brass are but if the brass have a spare slot, I'm not watching it. Is the point I'm making, man. Yeah, no one's gonna miss their Saturday night brass for this and pack it. Come on, man. Let's call a spade here. Whittaker versus Gavazzani Reich. Or pack it in a brass. Be honest. Tell the truth. Do a little poll here. Be honest with you. What are you picking? 99%. I've checked the results of the poll. 99%. Yeah, 99% picked brass and pack it. That's what they did. And the other 1%, they probably in love with Ben Whittaker. Yeah, that's the truth. They probably sitting there. They probably would blow. Honestly, the 1% who voted to watch Whittaker versus Gavazzani over a packet in a brass, they're the ones who would blow Whittaker if he asked them to. So don't worry about that one moody 1%, man. That's the truth right here. I give you the bars from the gospel, the boxing gods. That's what I've done. Anyway, so Whittaker didn't want the smoke. He didn't want the real half-decent smoke. Again, questionable. I don't really get that myself. Okay, he's moved promoters and it's still a ring. He's moved promoters, so let's get a warm-up in there. I think boxing, especially when you've had an amateur career, silver medalist, some people said it should have been gold. I didn't watch it, but you get the point. You just knock someone out who's meant to be durable. Craig Richards, if you can't beat Craig Richards now, I don't know what you're ever going to do, honestly. Especially in the state Craig Richards is in. You saw what Willie did to him. And I think your styles leans more towards Willie. You should be able to play with Craig Richards. He's not. Craig Richards ain't a punk though. It'll be decent to watch, and that's what's been lost here with Matchroom. Oh, but we need to build him. And if you're having a life and death with Craig Richards, maybe then go back to the drawing board. Okay, we had a life and death with Craig Richards. Let's go back to the drawing board. Not after a knockout win over Cameron. Sorry. Anyway, let's now move on. We had the face-off with Gavazzani and Whittaker. Here we go.
You passing up to? You ready, my friend? You ready? Who you for?
That's embarrassing. So Whittaker says, who are you pressing up to? And this dude here, El Rico, he says, be ready, my friend, be ready. And Whittaker says, who have you fought? That's don't you hotting up the game, bro. That's the point we're making. Yeah, you knew who he fought before you picked him. So why'd you pick him for? You can't drop that bar, who have you fought, like he's... Do you know what I mean?
Who you for? You ready, my friend? You ready? Who you for? Ready for what? For what? For what? For what? Ready for what? For what? Ready for what? For what? Ready for what? For what? We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I know.
He says you ain't on nothing. This to me feels like bullying. I hope the Gavazzani guy does well, but I don't know why you're doing it. If it was Craig Richards and he said, who have you fought, who have you beat, I'd say, okay. Right, I'd say, well, fair play. It seems like a fair fight here. An acceptable fight, a sidestep, I'd call it a sidestep with Liam Cameron. Okay, man, interesting. I like the bad blood. Where it leans on bullying is, because you know what you're doing here. You know what this is going to be. Why act tough when you know it's a gimme fight? It's got no intrigue at all. Craig Richards could reasonably turn up and give Whittaker some things to think about, even if it wouldn't be my base case. That's reasonable to assume. This guy, there's a reason no one's heard of him, and there's a who have you fought? Yeah, you ain't on nothing. I got shades of bullying here, which I don't like, and we've seen a few of Whittaker's fights like that. He's clowning these, you know what I mean? We've seen him. I never liked it. Now, if you're in there and you're clowning Liam Cameron or even Craig Richards or Dan Aziz, I know they're serious cats, and that adds to the drama. Clowning bums and stepping down after your best win to clown another bum, it's a bit icky, to tell the truth. Because if you was really on something, you said Gavazzani ain't on nothing. If you was on something, it wouldn't be Gavazzani sitting there. It'd be someone we've heard of before. Yeah, who wasn't flown in from Hungary. Okay, that's what it would be. So this acting tough rubbish. If you was that tough, it'd be a name, bottom line. Anyway, we got some more bars from El Whittaker.
I'm just going to look sick.
Oh, not the corny light skin bars, man. Oh, not the corny light skin bars.
I'm just gonna look
man.
sexy, beat him down.
Oh, it's not every light skin, but it's always a light skin. How can I turn this one up for the masses?
I'm just gonna look sexy and beat him down and go home and eat my food. That's it. So make sure you tune in. The man over there said they've got some good discounts coming up this Black Friday. Purchase your subscription and watch something special. I'm just gonna look sexy and beat him down.
Oh, these man. I don't know what to say, man. I think it's genetic. It must be. Can't just be the environment. Or is it the single mother household? Take your pick, man. It's genetic or it's a single mother household. I'm sexy. I'm going to be sexy in there. You know, man. Oh my. The guy's no good either. Like, come on. It wouldn't even mind. It wouldn't even be so bad if he was like, let's say he's facing off a Benavides and it's like, yeah. I'm going to look sexy and he's going to taste sweet. No, I don't know. I was a bit mad, but you get the point I'm making. I'd find that funny, but this is... I'm going to look sexy fighting the bum. Ick. Anyway, folks, I'm out of here. Smash the like button, subscribe, lick off the bell. 100%, no doubt about this on people. Check out my Patreon. We've got some leaked exclusive content for the masses that cannot be displayed on YouTube. If you're interested, click the button here. And if not, I'll catch you, Matt, on the flip. No Johnny.